Hello from Nebraska, everybody. Got a few shots from my little cutting garden.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small.
The fennel's been really pretty this year. And I got a few verbena. I've struggled to get that plant to grow for me, but this year I've had some success. These are some of the smaller zinnias. Oklahoma mix, Granny's garden. A little bit of Dara, a wild carrot.
Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth around you from a distance.
And I've done quite a few shots of this bird this year, but I'm just so tickled to finally get to see it. It's a Summer Tanager, and I had never seen one before. So happy you moved in. And I put wow on this picture, just looking at all those pollinators at work. Helped me to have some nice pumpkins this year, those pollinators. There's a butterfly and a weed. Very pretty. I don't see quite as many insects on it as I do to just the common milkweed here in my area. Now we're getting into some of the big Bennery's giant zinnias, I believe. They are gorgeous. But I do like having the mix of sizes in bouquets. And yes, I would leave that foxtail. It just adds a little something to those fall bouquets. So something's like basil, which I've learned if you pick the basil too soon, it wilts in the bouquet. You need to let it get a little bit woody for it to really do well in bouquets. Some sweet William. I think this I got from that New Leaf Market. Wasn't quite as tall as a couple of the varieties that I've used before, but it was still very terrific. The Pearls of Opal. Some Musqué de Provence pumpkin, which is absolutely delicious to eat. But difficult to carve. Like I like to carve my, messages into the pumpkins when they're small. It's hard to do with something that's so deeply ribbed. Now these smaller little pie pumpkins were good. I had some fun ones with messages on this year. Don't they look pretty when they're not completely ripe? I mean, just that coloration is so nice. Series of zinnias, it's always a surprise to see. Each one is going to be different or unique. cone shape as they get ready to make seed. Some scamiosa. These in this bed. I don't know if I need to get a little more compost in this area. They just don't do quite as good as in my other flower bed, but they're still lovely. They were tucked in here just as kind of an afterthought next to the tomatoes. And I like it. I'm going to do it again next year. And you'll see the tomatillas there. I think they're very ornamental to look at as they ripen. And then near them, I did this plant, which is Love in a Puff. You can see the leaves are different, and notice how the fruit that formed after the little tiny flowers is almost like triangle-like. And I'm recording this in December. This section, I actually picked some of those Love in a Puff, and I still have them in my house, and they're still bright green and beautiful, dried. It's kind of fun. I'm gonna leave them up for Christmas. They're gonna be nature's Christmas balls on my entryway. There's some celosia. That's that mahogany hibiscus. I hadn't grown this celosia for a long time, but I kind of enjoyed having it, and I had forgotten how lovely the leaves are in the fall. The leaves are as pretty as the flowers. Just love how the flowers get all tangled together and pushing and shoving for a little bit of a good spot to grow. Love that. Pretty rose. One of my favorites this spring. Some more celosia and some marigolds. Can't beat that marigold foliage in a bouquet either. It's great. Red Riding Hood statue and Red Riding Hood rose. And there's that Muscat de Provence and some Charlesdale squash. And these are, I believe these are just some shots of my buckets. You know, when I take the buckets down and harvest some flowers. These are just shots of the buckets. I set them out. Usually I pick up them and set them out all day and all night, and then the next day I'll bring them inside and arrange them into bouquets, just to get a chance for more of those little critters to make their getaway.